you hear me? I don't think I can do anything better than those three. Thank you for sharing those thoughts with us. It's so meaningful to sit at this table with two of my sons. My daughter couldn't be here today, but my husband, Pat and Jan's son, and think about his two sisters who could also not be here from DC and Boston today, and just overwhelmed with how much great gratitude that you all have and just how much Mom and Dad did for so many people. And Paul and I hope that we can continue that. So I'd just like to share with you, and I wrote my remarks down, so apologize if I read a little bit about Pat and Jan when they were young people. You didn't know them then. I didn't, but Paul did a little bit through pictures and things. Also as a married couple, and as parents and as grandparents. At all the times in their life, and in every aspect of it, education was present. Whether it be academic, community, or business, or our world, it was something that they valued at their core. You all know that, who've known Pat and Jan. Recently, Paul and I had the task/opportunity to sort through some stacks of very well-organized photos at Mom and Dad's home in Naples, Florida. We estimated that in 3 days we had the chance to look through 5,000 plus snapshots, and there are at least that many left. You know that, if you know Pat and Jan. She'd taken most of them herself, Pat did. And they represented the rich life of learning, giving back to, and enjoying people, places, and things. These thousands of moments were a proof point to Jan and Pat's passion for so many things. Clearly, Eaton Academy was one of those passions. To understand how they became so devoted to this place, you should know a little bit about the history of them as young people, and also as parents who worked hard to teach and carry forth this love of education for all of us. Early in Jan's life in Stockholm, Sweden, he was challenged with learning. He flunked, that was a word we used to use, both the 6th and 9th grades. This might come as some surprise to some of you who know what he eventually accomplished in his life as president and CEO of Zibar Corporation, honorary Swedish consul to Michigan, president of the International Franchise Association, and recipients of many, many academic, business, and community awards. Jan actually struggled early with his education and had to work hard to persevere and achieve those academic milestones. A business degree from Indiana University, an MBA from the University of Michigan, and subsequently an honorary PhD, also from U of M. You don't do these things without discipline and a passion for learning. Pat's story was a little bit different, but the passion was the same. Mom grew up on a farm in Northville, Michigan, and commuted to Detroit Country Day as a young person, and then Cranbrook Kingswood as a boarding student from middle school to high school. She graduated in 1948. She went on to study in Sweden, and then at Oberlin in Ohio, where she earned her undergraduate degree, and then on to Wayne State University, where she was the first class ever that graduated a woman from their MBA program in 1958. Mom and Dad both achieved these MBAs during the first 2 years of their marriage in the evening while they were working full-time at Pat's father's company, Shatterproof Glass. Bill Chase, Pat's father, thought they were crazy to spend so much time on this advanced education, as he, who graduated from the University of Michigan at 16 years old during the early 1900s, went straight to work. Bill thought that you learned on the job. But if you spoke to Pat and Jan, you would hear that they both attribute their success in life to the power of education and everything that it offers you. As parents, Pat and Jan continued their passions, modeling hard work and devotion to learning. Paul remembers playing chess, Risk, and a game called Acquire, and other mentally challenging strategic games in the evening. During the summer days, weekends, and holidays, Mom and Dad took the kids traveling to various historical sites, museums, art galleries, and workshops where they learned ceramics, weaving, and other fine arts. The value of learning was at the top of their family list, and it touched so many parts of their lives. Now, this is where Eaton comes in. Pat and Jan realized early on in Paul's life as a student that he, like his father, struggled with a few aspects of learning. In this case, it was reading. It did not come along as it did for the other kids in the Birmingham public school system, and they were not equipped at the time, which was about 1971, to support his needs. Paul's passion for learning quickly was stifled by his potential disability. Pat quickly moved into action. Many of you have seen her do that before. Leaving her position as treasurer of ZBART and making it her full-time job and mission to find the right learning environment for Paul. The story itself is one many of you here at Eaton know well. It results for in part what we have today. It started as the Adventure School, and it was fueled by the efforts of so many like Pat and Jan, whose passion for education, and in this case, accessible education for all, was the critical factor in its success and its evolution to become Eaton Academy. The Eaton Way, while it never was in time for Paul, was, as we have heard, a vital building block in the lives of so many others. Mom and Dad became farmer and farfar to our children, and they and their cousins can attest. The value of a good education was commonplace talk at our family gatherings. These grandchildren were the fortunate recipients of Pat and Jan's continuing devotion to higher education, curiosity, and the discipline for learning. Mom and Dad's hope for all of us is to carry these values forward in generations to come. I know many of you here feel the same way. The world is marching forward. Unstoppable innovation, rapid technological advancements, and full globalization, which in my view creates an even greater need for a strong desire to learn and think. It is easy to see when we study the lives of someone like Pat and Jan what good can come with a commitment to education. Thank you for honoring Pat and Jan and making this place feel like home to us.